Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose. Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lady, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We have nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt!
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious Master of Arms.
As loyal as your gold.
Enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt! I'm not in need of your protection! I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor! You defend yourself well, Greenblood. One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
No. Thanks all the same. I have quite a few tasks to check off my list before we depart.
And here you are already assuming your political functions. And in a hurry. Always too busy. Very well. If you ever want to go over your basics later, visit one of our barracks on the Isle. You'll always find a training partner to give you a friendly fight.
I'll remember that. Thanks. Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I am thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsillon are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Don't tell me the old school teacher is competing against me. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I've no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for a celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill.
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my daughter has left on a mission to heal her people. Come now. Kurt. It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island...
In order to know that...
You were right.
This will be quite the chore. The commander wants to recover some merchant, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all the parlor.
Of course.
In the lower bar...
Right then.
Where would you like to be?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Ptolemy and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next week?
I don't know, but it is certainly worthy of inspection. Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that, I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Teer Fradee. My cousin Constantine is taking office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of her allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Saad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the Union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, It is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
And what of your war with Thélème?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots... But that...
Have you been fighting?
From direct...
I need to be going.
Goodbye.
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received... Allow me to congratulate you.
You are correct, Excellency.
It is a station of great... The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to... I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your...
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can...
Very well. We know that your uncle tolerates the... But these particular non-believers, we would consider it a tremendous favor...
Heresy is not a crime in Syria, but I'm sure that my uncle would hear your arguments.
The prince would indeed give us his blessing. But for according to our sources, these fugitives have already made...
I see. You were hoping that I'll be able to do something. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be... I'll look into this and see what I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sardet.
The merchant is there.
Good day, my lady. How might I be?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to...
There's been a misunderstanding, madam. In fact, I've already had a word with you.
They're asking that we pay again, despite...
It's just that the price has gone up, see?
This is inadmissible. If you agree...
I'm sorry, madam. I'm just an agent, and I'm...
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers?
When we've already paid for the merchant. If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendants seemed to be hiding something, and so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever.
I'll be damned. And I'm...
Sorry, Captain. It's nothing personal. I'm only...
following orders. Yeah, we hear you.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You were demanding a second payment, but refused to reimburse...
I'm not the one demanding, nor...
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness.
I don't think you understand who you were dealing with. Lady de Sardet, niece of... During our conversation, you explained to me that That's regrettable. Especially as you will be considered his... You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only a...
That's a shame. Well, as orders are that I order you to return the guard unless you'd rather your master is hung, and that...
As you request, my lady.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would... You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merch...
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide...
Perhaps he simply...
We're sure to... But have no fear, we will...
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or...
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his...
I doubt that, and it's been too... Might I ask? I would like to set...
When did you see your...
It's been 2 days since it wasn't out of the order, but the day of depart...
Does the boy... Does the boy know...
Other than... I don't think...
Miss Jonas...
In tradition...
Might I have a word?
As you wish.
Have you seen anyone wandering about?
Take a look around. As long as they don't try... Not say.
A smuggler?
In the port, Jack? May I ask...
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidence. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's.
And so you know about them?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen. They were making quite a fuss. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the port bridge.
You haven't heard anything about my... To be honest...
Did you say my men...
That's it.
Let's go and find...
Happy to be of...
Could you...
We are... As for your others, it's how the guild...
Could you tell me...
It is the native... They were very... I've also heard I wouldn't know.
What do you...
You referring... Thanks to your certain zone. It's a good port.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.